and make sure the numbers are moving forward.
Either please some, try all, both joy and terror of good and bad, it makes and unfolds error. Now take upon me in the name of time to use my wings.
Imputed not a crime to me or to my swift passage, that I slide.
Now you just make sure the numbers are moving forward.
Either please some, try all, both joy and terror of good and bad, it makes and unfolds error. Now take upon me in the name of time to use my wings.
Imputed not a crime to me or to my swift passage, that I slide over the growth of 16 years, and leave the gap that one by time untried. For it is in my power to overthrow law, and in one self-born hour, grant your well custom.
Your patience disallowing, I turn my glass, and give my scene such growing as you had slept between.
Leontes leaving, the effects of his fond jealousy so grieving that he shuts up himself.
Imagine me, gentle spectators, that I now may be in fair Bohemia, and remember well, I mentioned the son of the kings, which Florizel I now name to you.
And with speed so paced to speak of Perdita, now grown in grace, equal with wondering. What of her ensues I list not prophecy, but let time's news be known, 'tis brought forth.
A shepherd's daughter, and what to her adheres, which follows after, is the argument of time.
Of this allow, if ever you have spent time worse than now, if never, yet the time himself doth say, he wishes earnestly he never may.
I pray thee, good Camilla, be no more importunate. Does the sickness deny me anything, or death to grant this?
It is 16 years since I saw my home. Though I have for the most part been aired abroad, I desire to lay my homestead. Besides, the penitent king my master hath sent to me, to whose o'erwhelming sorrow I may be sullen lay, or I overween to think so, which is another spur to my departure.
Good Camillo, why do not out the rest of thy services by leaving me now? Of that fatal country, Sicilia, prithee speak no more, whose very naming punishes me, the remembrance of that penitent, as thou callest him, and reconciled king, my brother, whose loss of his most precious wife and children are even now to be afresh lamented. Say to me, when sawest thou the Prince Florizel, my son? Kings are no less unhappy, their issue not being gracious, than they are in losing them when they have approved their virtues.
Sir, it is 3 days since I have seen the prince. What his happier affairs may be are to me unknown, but I have missingly noted he is of late much retired at court, and less frequent to his princely exercises than formerly he hath appeared.
I have considered so much, and with some care, so far that I have eyes under my service which look upon his removedness, from whom I have this intelligence. He is seldom in the house of the most homely shepherd, a man, they say, that from very nothing, and beyond the imagination of his neighbors, is grown into an unspeakable estate.
So I have heard report of such a shepherd who hath a daughter of exceeding rare note. The report of her is far more extended than can be thought to have begun in such a cottage.
That's likewise part of my intelligence, but I fear the angle that plucks our son thither. Now shall accompany us to the place, where we will, not appearing what we are, have some question with the shepherd, for whose simplicity I think it not uneasy to get the cause of my son's resort thither. Prithee be my present partner in this business, and lay aside thoughts of Cecilia.
I willingly obey your command.
My best canoa, we must disguise ourselves.
When daffodils begin to bear with Ava Doxy over there, what and comes in the sweetly, the red blood rings in the winter's fair. I have served Prince Florizel, and in my time wore 3-pile, but now I am out of service. My traffic is sheets. When the kite builds, look to lesser women. My father named me Autolycus, who, being as I am, littered under Mercury, was likewise a snapper up of unconsidered trifles. With dime and drab, I purchased this comparison, and my revenue is so silly cheap. The gallows and knock are too powerful on the highway. Eating, bears, wakes, and big babies.
Very true, sir. He. That's the rogue that put me into this apparel.
I will count the road and I will heed him. If you but look big and spit on him, he'd have run. I must confess to you, sir, I am no fighter. I am false apart that way, and that he knew I warranted. How do you now? Sweet sir, much better than I was. I can stand and walk. I will even take my leave of you and pace softly toward my kinsman. Fare thee well. I must go buy spices for our sheep shearing. Prosper you, sweet sir.
Your purse is not hot enough to purchase your spice.
I'll be with you at your sheep shearing, too. If I make not this cheap, bring out another, and the shearers prove sheep. Let me be unrolled, and my name put in the book of virtue. Jog on, the foot that way, and merrily, and the style of every heart.
These your unusual weeds, to each part of you, do give the life no shepherdess, but Laura peering in Abel's front. This your sheep shearing is as a meeting of the petty gods, and you the queen on it.
Sir, my gracious lord, to chide at your extremes it not becomes me. Pardon that I name them. Your high self, the gracious mark of the land you have obscured for the swain's wearing, and me, poor lowly maid, most goddess-like cranked up. But that our feasts and every mess have folly, and the feeders digest it with a custom. I should blush to see you so attired, and swoon, I think, to show myself at last.
I bless the time when my good Falcon made you flight across thy father's ground.
Now Jove afford you cause. To me the difference forges dread. Your greatness has not been used to fear. Even now I tremble and think your father, when some accident should pass this way as you did. How would he look to see his work so noble and vilely bound up? What would he say, or how should I, in these my borrowed flaunts, behold the sternness of his presence?
Apprehend nothing but jollity. The gods themselves, humbling their deities to love, have taken the shapes of beasts upon them. Jupiter became a bull and bellowed. The green Neptune ran and bleated. The fire-robed god, golden Apollo, a poor humble swain as I see now. Their transformations were never for a piece of beauty rare, nor in a way so chaste, since my desires were not before my honor, nor my lusts were hotter than my faith.
Oh, but sir, your resolution cannot hold when it is opposed by the king, as it must be. One of these two must be necessities, that you must change this purpose, or I must give my life.
Thou dearest Perdita, with these forced thoughts, I prithee, darken not the mirth of the feast, or I'll be thine, or not my father's, for it cannot be mine own, if I not be thine. Be merry, gentle, strangle such thoughts as these, as you with any that you behold the while. Your guests are coming. Lift up your countenance as it were the day of our celebration, of that nuptial which we two have sworn shall come.
Our Lady Fortune, stand you auspicious.
See your guests approach. Address yourself to entertain them sprightly, and let's be ready with mirth.
By Lord, when my old wife lived upon the stage, she was both hound and buffalo colt, both dame and servant, well for dog and servant all. Would sing her song and dance her turn, on his shoulder and now on his, at the upper end of the table and now in the middle, that face afire with labor and that which she put to quench a chew into which one sip. You are retired as if a feasted one, not hostess of the meeting. Pray ye, bid these unknown friends to us welcome. It is a way to make us better known, more friends. Come, pledge your blushes and present yourself as that which you are, hostess of the feast. Come on, bid these friends to us welcome, as your good flock shall prosper.
Sir, welcome. It is my father's will I should take on me the hostessship of the day. You're welcome, sir. Give me those flowers there, Jarvis. Reverend sirs, for you this rosemary and rue. These keep seeming in savor all the winter long.
Shepherdess, farewell are you. Well, you fit our ages with flowers of winter.
So the year growing ancient.
The year growing ancient, not yet in summer's death, nor in the Of these our rustic gardens barren, and I care not to get slips of them.
Wherefore, gentle maid, do you neglect them?
For I have heard it said, there is an art which in its piety shares with great creating nature.
Say there be. Yet nature is made better by no mean, but nature makes that mean. So over that art which you say adds to nature, is an art that nature makes. You see, sweet maid, you marry the gentler scion to the wildest stock, and may conceive a bark of baser kind by bud of nobler race. This is an art which does mend nature, change it rather, but the art itself is nature.
So it is.
Then make your garden rich in billboards, and do not call them bastards.
I'll not put the divil on earth to set one slip of them. No more than were I painted, I would this youth should say 'twere well, and only therefore desire to read by me. Here's flowers for you. Hot lavender, mints, savory, marjoram. The marigold that goes to bed with the sun, and with him rises weeping. These are flowers of middle summer, and I think they are given to men of middle age. You're very welcome.
Were I your flock, I should leave grazing, and only live by gazing.
Out, alas, you'd be so lean that blasts of January would blow you through and through. And now, my fair friend, I would have had some flowers of the spring, that might become your time then. And yours, that wear upon your virgin branches yet your maiden heads growing. O Proserpina, for the flowers that frighted thou lettest fall from Dis's wagon. Daffodils, they come before the swallow dares and take on the winds of March with beauty. Violets dim, but sweeter than the lids of Juno's eyes, or Cytherea's breath. Pale primroses that die unmarried ere they behold bright Phoebus in his strength, a malady most incident to maids. Bold oxlips, and the crown imperial, lilies of all kinds, the flowered loose being one. Oh, these I'd lack to make you garments of, and my sweet friend to strew me more and more.
What, like a course?
No, like a bank for love to lie and play on. Not like a course, or if, not to be buried, but quick and in mine arms. Come, take your flowers. Methinks I play as I have seen them do in woods and pastorals. Sure, this robe of mine has changed my disposition.
What you do still betters what is done. When you speak sweet, I'd have you do whatever. When you sing, I'd have you buy and sell so. So give alms and pray so. And for the ordering of your affairs, to sing them too. When you do dance, I wish you a wave of the sea, that you'd own no other function. Move still so. Each you're doing, so singular in each particular, crowns what you are doing in all your deeds, that all your acts are means.
Oh, Dorothy, your praises are too large. But the youth that, and the true blood that peeps fairly through to give you out an unstained shepherd. With wisdom I might fear, my Dorothy, you wooed me the false way.
I think you have as little skill to fear as I have purposed to put you to it. But come, your hand, I pray, my Perdita, so turtles pair that never mean to part.
This is the prettiest low-born lass that ever ran on the greensward. Nothing she does or seems but smacks of something greater than herself, too noble for this place.
Tells us something that makes her blood slow down. Sooth, she's the queen of curds and cream.
How now, shepherd? What fair swain is this which speaks with your daughter?
They call him Doricles, and boasts himself to have a worthy feeling. But I have it upon his own report, and I believe it, for he looks like soup. He says he loves my daughter. I think so too. For never gaze the moon upon the water. This'll stand and read as 'twere my daughter's eyes. To be plain, I think there's not half a kiss to choose who loves another best.
Oh, master! If you did but hear the pedlar at the door, you would never dance again after a tavern pipe. No, the bagpipe could not move you. He sings several tunes faster than he'll tell money. He utters them as he had eaten ballads, and all men's ears grew to his tunes.
He can never come better. He shall come in. I'll love a ballad, but even too well it be a doleful matter, merely set down, and some lamented it. Prithee, bring him in. Let him approach singing.
On as white as
Driven snow.
cypress black as
Air was crow.
gloves
noses, bugle bracelet, necklace amber, perfume for a humble lady's chamber. Come by me, come by me, by the drums your lasses cry. Come by.
Come, you promised me a tawdry lace and a pair of sweet gloves.
Have I not told thee I was cozened all the way and lost all my money?
And indeed, sir, there are cozeners abroad. Therefore it behooves men to be wary.
Fear not, though, man, thou shalt lose nothing here.
I hope so, sir, for I have above me many causes of charge.
What hast here? Ballads?
Pray now, my son, I love a ballad in print and in life, and then we are sure they are true.
Here's one, to a very doleful tune. How a usurer's wife was brought to bed for 20 money bags at a burden, and how she longed to eat adders' heads and clothes carbonado.
Is it true too, think you?
Very true, and but a month old.
Last speak from wearing the usurer.
Here's the midwife's name to it, one Mistress Tailporter, and 5 or 6 honest wives that were present. Why should I carry lies abroad?
Pray now, play it.
Thank God. Let's first see the ballads, will God, the other things and all.
Here's another ballad of a fish that appeared upon the coast on Wednesday, the 4th of April, 40,000 fathom above the water, and sang this ballad against the hard hearts of maids. It was thought she was a woman, and was turned into a fish, or she would not exchange flesh with one that loved her. The ballad is very pitiful, and as true.
Is it true too, think you?
5 trespassers' hands at it, and more witnesses than my pap will hold.
Then bar too. Come, bring away that pack after me. When you got off, we go. Head to the town first choice. Come follow me, girl.
You shall pay well for 'em.
Is it not too far gone? It's time to part. I am very shy. Your heart is full of something that does take your mind from feasting. Soon, when I was young, hand in love as you do, I was wont to load my sheep with gnats. I would have ransacked the peddler's silken treasury and poured it to her acceptance. But you would let him go, and nothing parted with him. If your last interpretation should have used, and call this your lack of love or bounty, you were straighted for a reply, at least if you make a care of happy holding her.
Hold, sir. She prizes not such trifles as these are. The gifts she looks for me are packed and locked up in my heart, which I have given already, but not delivered. I take thy hand, this hand, as soft as dove's down, and as white as it, or Ethiopian's tooth, or the fan snow that's blasted by the northern blast twice over.
How follows this? How prettily the young swain seems to wash the hand was fair before. I have put you out, but to your protestation, let me hear what you profess.
Do and be witness to it.
And this my neighbor too?
And he, and more than he, and men, the earth, the heavens, and all, that were I crowned the most imperial monarch, thereof most worthy, were I the fairest youth that ever made I swerve, had force and knowledge more than was ever man, I'd not prize thee without her love.
Fairly offered.
Sound affection.
But my daughter, seeth the like to him.
I cannot speak so well, nothing so well, no, nor be better. By the pattern of mine own thoughts, I cut out the purity of his.
Take hands, a bargain. And you, my son, take hands. Anyone have friends, bear witness to it. I give my daughter to him, and make her portion equal his. Oh, that must be in the virtue of your daughter, one being dead. I have more than wonder. Enough then for your...
Swain, why I beseech you? Have you a father?
I have, but what of him?
Knows he of this?
Neither does nor shall.
He thinks her father is at the nuptial of his son, the guest that best becomes the table. Pray you once more, is your father grown incapable of reasonable affairs? Is he stupid with age and altering rooms? Can he speak, hear? No man for man, dispute his own estate. Lies he not bedridden, and yet does nothing but what he did, being childish?
No, good sir, he has his health and ample strength, indeed.
some counsel in such a business.
I yield all this, but for some other reasons, my grave sir, which 'tis not fit you know, I not acquaint my father of this business.
Prithee let him know it.
He shall not.
Prithee let him.
No, he must not.
Let him, my son, for he need not grieve at knowing of thy choice.
Come, he must not. Mark our contract.
Mark your divorce, young sir, whose son I dare not call. Thou art too base to be acknowledged. Thou, a scepter's heir, that thus affects a sheep-hook. Thou, old traitor, I am sorry that by hanging thee I may but shorten thy life 1 week. And thou, fresh piece of excellent witchcraft, whom force must know the royal fool thou copest with.
Oh, my heart!
I'll have thy beauty scratched with briars and made more holy than thy state. Pretty fond boy, never I may know thou dost but sigh that thou no more shalt see this nap, as never I mean thou shalt. Will bar thee from succession. Mark thou my words. And you, enchantment, worthy enough a herdsman, yea, him too that makes himself but for our honor therein, unworthy thee. If ever henceforth thou these rural latches to his entrance open, or hoop his body more with thy embraces, I will devise a death as cruel for thee as thou art tender to it.
Even here undone, I was not much afeard. For once or twice I was about to speak and tell him plainly that the self-same sun that shines upon his court hides not its visage from our cottage, but looks on alike. Will it please you, sir, be gone? I have told you what would come of this. Beseech you, of your own state take care. This dream of mine being now awake, I'll queen it no inch further, but milk my ewes and weep.
Now, father, speak ere thou diest.
I cannot speak nor think, nor dare to know that which I know. Oh, sir, you have undone a man of 83, that thought to fill his grave in quiet, yea, to die upon the bed my father died, to lay close by his honest bones. But now some hangman must put on my shroud and shovel me where no priest shovels dust. Oh, cursed wretch, that knew this was the prince and wouldst adventure to mingle faith with him. Undone, undone. If I might die within this hour, I will die when I desire.
Why you look so gloomy? I am but sorry, not afeard, delayed, but nothing altered. What I was, I am. More straining on from plucking back, not following my leash unwillingly.
Sir, you know your father's temper. He will as yet allow no speech, which I do guess you do not purpose to him. As hardly will he endure your sight as yet, then to the fury of his kind settle, come not before him.
I not purpose it. I think, Camilla.
Even he, my lord.
How often have I told you 'twould be thus? How often have I told you my dignity would last until 'twere known?
It cannot fail but by the violation of my faith. And then let nature crush the earth and mar the seeds within. Lift up thy looks. For my succession, white-winged father, I am heir to my affection.
Be advised.
I am, and by my fancy, I have reason. If my reason will thereto be obedient, I have reason. If not, my senses better pleased with madness, do bid it welcome.
This is desperate, sir.
So call it. But it does fulfill my vow. I needs must think in honesty, Camillo, not for Bohemia, nor for all the pomp that thereat may be gleaned, nor for all the sun seas, or the close earth wombs, or the profound seas hide unknown fathoms, will I break my oath to this my fair beloved. Therefore I pray you, as you have been my father's honored friend, when he shall miss me, as in faith I mean not to see him any more, cast your good counsel upon his passion. Let fortune and myself tug for the time to come. for,
Not
but not prepared for this design.
Of course, I mean to
Or the course I mean to hold may benefit your knowledge, but not concern me the reporting.
Oh, my lord, would your spirit were easier for advice, or stronger for your need.
Hark, Perdita, I'll hear you by and by.
Resolved for flight. Now were I happy, his going I could frame to serve my turn, save him from danger, do him love and honor. Purchase again the sight of dear Cecilia, and that unhappy king my master, whom I so much thirst to see.
Camillo, I'm so fraught with curious business that I leave out ceremony.
I think you've heard of my poor services and the love I've borne your father.
Very nobly have you deserved. It is my father's music to speak your deeds. Not little of his care to have him recompense his thought on.
Sir, it may please you to think I love the king, and through him, what is nearest to him, which is your precious self. Embrace but my direction. If your more settled and ponderous project may suffer alteration, I'll point you where you shall have receiving, I shall become your highness, where you may enjoy your mistress, from the whom I see there's no disjunction to be made, except as heaven forfend your ruin. Marry her, and I, in your absence, my best endeavors, try to bring your father up to liking.
How, Camillo, may this almost a miracle be done, that I may call thee something more than man, and give trust to thee?
Have you thought on a place whereto you'll go?
Not as any yet, but as the unthought on accident is guilty of what we wildly do, so we profess ourselves to be the slaves of chance, and flies of every wind that blows.
Then list to me, this follows. You'll not change your purpose, but undergo flight. Make for Sicilia. You present yourself there as your fresh princess, for so I see she must be, for Leontes. She shall be habited as becomes the partner of your bed. Methinks I see Leontes opening his free arms forth, and asking thee, the son, forgiveness, as 'twere in the father's hand. Kisses the hands of your fresh princess, and o'er divides himself betwixt his unkindness and his kindness. One he tries to help, and bids the other grow faster than thought or time.
Worthy Camillo, what color for my visitation shall I hold up before my father?
Sent by the king your father to greet him and give him comforts. I'll write you down things known twixt us three, which shall set you forth at every point what you'll say, so that he shall not know that you have your father's bosom there, and speak his very heart.
I am bound to you. There is some sap to this.
Of course, more promising than a wild dedication of yourselves to unpaved waters, undreamed shores, most certain to misery enough. Besides, affection. Affection is the very juice of love, whose fresh heart together, whose fresh complexion, and whose heart together affliction alters.
One of these is true. I think affliction may subdue the cheek, but not take in the mind.
Yea, say you so? There shall not at your father's house these 7 years be born another such.
My good Camillo, she is as forward of her breeding as she is in the rear of our birth.
Yea, I cannot say it is a pity she lacks instruction, for she seems a mistress to most that teach.
Your pardon, sir, for this I'll blush you thanks. My prettiest Perdita, though the thorns we stand.
My prettiest Perdita, but oh the thorns we stand upon. Camillo, preserver of my father, now of me, medicine of my house. How shall we do? We are not furnished like Bohemia's son, nor shall appear in Sicilia.
Think you know my fortunes do all lie there. It shall be so my care to have you royally appointed, as if the part you play were mine. For instance, sir, that you know you shall not want one word.
What a fool honesty is, and trust. His sworn brother, a very simple gentleman. I have so
stir his pages till he had both tune and words, which so drew the rest of the herd to me that all their other senses stuck in ears. He might have pinched a flagon. It was senseless. It was nothing to yell the codpiece of a purse. I would have filed keys off that hung in chains. No hearing, no feeling but my sir's song, and admiring the nothing of it. So that, in this time of lethargy, I picked and cut most of their festival purses. And had not the old man come in with a hubbub against his daughter and the king's son, and scared my chose from the chaff, I had not left a purse alive in the whole army.
Nay, the fine letters, being there so soon as you shall arrive, shall clear that doubt.
And those that you'll procure from King Leontes
Shall satisfy his father.
Happy be you, all that you speak shows fair.
Who have we here? We'll make an instrument of this. Omit nothing may give us aid.
If they have overheard me now, why hang?
How now, good fellow, why shakest thou so? Is no one will do you harm?
I am a poor fellow, sir.
Why be so still? Here's no one will steal that from thee. Yet, for the outside of thy poverty, we must make an exchange. Therefore, discase thee instantly. Thou must think there's necessity in it. And though you change clothes with this gentleman, though the pennyworth on his side be the worst, there's some root.
I am a poor fellow, sir. I know ye well enough.
Nay, prithee dispatch. This gentleman is half flayed already.
Are you in earnest, sir? I smell the trick on it. Dispatch, I prithee. Indeed, I have had earnest, but I cannot with conscience take it.
Unbuckle, unbuckle. O fortunate mistress, let my prophecy come home to thee. You must retire yourself into some covert, and there dislike the truth of your own seeming. And before I do fear eyes over, get to shipboard undescribed.
I see this place so lies that I must bear apart.
No remedy. Have you done there?
Should I now meet my father, he would not call me son.
Come, lady, come. Farewell. Farewell, my friend.
Adieu, sir. Oh, Perdita, pray your word. What have we twain forgot?
What I next shall do shall be to tell the king of this escape, and whither they are bound. My hope it is to force him after, and in his company I shall view Cecilia, for whose sight I have a longing.
Thus we set on, Camillo, to the seaside.
The swifter speed, the better.
I understand the business. I hear it. To have an open ear, a quick eye, and a nimble hand is necessary for a tight purse. A good nose is requisite also, to smell outward with the other senses. I see, this is the time the unjust man doth pride. What an exchange had this been with our boot? What a boot is here with this exchange? Sure the gods do this year connive at us, and we may do anything ex tempore. The prince himself is about a piece of iniquity, stealing away from his father with his clog in his heels. If I thought it were a piece of honesty to acquaint the king withal, I would not do it. I hold it more neighborly to conceal it, and therein am I constant to my profession. Aside, here is more matter for a hot brain. Every lane's end, every shop, church, session, hanging yields a careful man work.
See, what a man you are now. There's no other way but to tell the king she's a changeling, and none of your flesh and blood.
Nay, but hear me.
Nay, but hear me.
Go to, man.
She being none of your flesh and blood, the flesh and blood has not offended the king, and so your flesh and blood shall not be punished by him. Show him those things you found about her, those secret things, all of what she has with her. This being done, let the long go whistle all around you.
I will tell the
distribution of that file, your names, your ages, of what having, breeding, and anything that is fitting to be known, discover.
We are both plain fellows, sir.
A lie. You are rough and hairy. Let me have no line. It becomes none but tradesmen.
Are you a Katty that like me, sir?
Whether it like me or no, I am a courtier. Seest thou not the air of the court in these enfoldings? Hath not my gait in it the measure of the court? Receives not thy nose court odor from me? Reflect I not on thy baseness court contempt? Thinkest thou, for that I insinuate or toes from me thy business, I am therefore no courtier? I am courtier cap a pay, and one that will either push on or pluck back thy business, whereupon I command thee to open thy fair.
My business, sir, is to the king.
What advocate hast thou to him?
None that I know not, sir.
Advocate's cold word for pheasant. Say you have none.
None, I have no pheasant, cock, nor hen.
How blessed are we that we are not simple men. Yet nature might have made me as these are, therefore I will not disdain.
Seems to be a great courtier.
His garments are rich, but he wears them not handsomely.
But more noble in being fantastical. A great man, I'll warrant. I know about picking on his teeth.
The file there, what's in the file? Wherefore that box?
Sir, there lie such secrets in this here bottle and box, none which must know but the king, and which he shall know within the hour if I come to the side of him.
Thou hast lost thy labor.
Why, sir?
The king is not at the palace. He has gone aboard a new ship to purge melancholy and air himself. For if thou beest capable of things serious, thou must know the king is full of grief.
So 'tis said, sir, about his son that should have married a shepherd's daughter.
If that shepherd be not handfast, let him fly. The curses he shall have, the tortures he shall feel, will break the back of man, the heart of monster.
Think you so, sir?
Not he alone shall suffer what wit can make heavy and vengeance bitter, but those that are germane to him, though removed 50 times, shall all come under the hangman, which, though it be a great pity, yet it is necessary.
Has the old man a son, sir? Do
He
you
ha-
hear?
He has a son, who shall be flayed alive, then anointed over with honey, and set upon a wasp's nest, then stand to be 3/4 in a drowned dead, then recovered again with aquavitae or some other hot infusion, then raw as he is, and in the hottest day prognostication proclaims, shall he be set against a brick wall, the sun looking with a southward eye upon him, where he is to behold him with flies, blown to death. But what talk we of these trailing rascals, whose miseries to be smiled at, their offense being so capital? Tell me, for you seem to be honest plain men, what you have to the king. Being something gently considered, I'll bring you where he is aboard. Tender your persons to his presence. Whisper him in your behalf, and if it be a man beside the king to effect your suit, here his man shall do it.
Seems to be a great authority. Look at him. Give him gold. Though authority be a stubborn beard, they are often led by the nose with gold. Show the inside of his purse to the outside of his hand. And no more ado. Remember, stones and blade alive.
And it pleases, sir, to undertake this business. Here is what gold I have. I'll make it much more and leave this young man in pawn till I bring it to you.
After I have done what I promised?
Hey, sir.
Well, give me the moiety. Are you a party in this business?
In some sort, sir. But though my case be a pitiful one, I hope I shall not be flayed out.
Oh, that's the case of the shepherd's son. Hang him. He'll be made an example.
So, we must to the king. Go and show our strange sights. He must know 'tis none of your daughter, nor my sister, or else we're gone. So, I'll give you as much money as this old man does, and remain, as he says, your pawn till the matter is bought to you.
I will trust you. Walk before toward the seaside. Go on the right hand. I will but look upon the hedge and follow you.
The
he bids us. He was provided to do us good.
We are blessed in this man, and I may say, even blessed.
If I had a mind to be honest, I see fortune would not suffer me. I quoted there with a double occasion. Gold, and it means to do the prince, my master, good. Which who knows how that may turn back to my advancement. I will bring these two moles, these blind ones aboard him. If he think it fit to show them again, and that the complaint they have to the king concerns him nothing, let him call me rogue for being so far officious. For I am who forgets that title, and all shame else belongs to it. To him will I present them. There may be matter in it.
Sir, you have done enough, and have performed a saint-like sorrow. No fault could you make which you have not redeemed. Indeed, pay down all penitence and done trespass. At the last, do as the heavens have done. Forget your evils. With them, forgive yourself.
Must I remember her and her virtues? I cannot forget my blemishes in them. So still think the wrong done myself. For so much that heirs have left my kingdom and destroyed the sweetest companion that ever manhood was supposed to have.
True, too true, my lord. If one by one you wedded all the world, or from the all that are took something good to make a perfect woman, she you killed would be unparalleled.
Think so. Kill. She I killed, I did so. It strikes me sorely to say I did. This is bitter upon my tongue, is in my thought. No good now. Say so, but seldom.
Not at all, good lady. You might have spoken 1,000 things that would have done the time more benefit and erased your kindness better.
You are one of those who would have him wed again.
What more holy than to wish the former queen as well? What holier than for royalty to prepare, for present comfort and for future good, and to bless the bed of majesty with a sweet feathers to it?
There is none worthy of respect to her that's gone. Besides, the gods will have fulfilled their secret purposes. For has not the divine Apollo said that King Leontes shall not have an heir till his lost child be found? Care not for issue. Great Alexander left his to the worthiest, so his successor was like to be the best.
Good Paulina, who has the memory of Hermione, I know none of. Oh, that ever I had squared me to thy counsel. Then, even now I might have looked upon my queen's full eyes, taken treasure from her lips.
And left them more rich for what they yielded.
Thou speakest truth. No more such wives. Therefore no one.
Will you swear?
Words and better used. Make her sainted spirit again possess her corpse. And on this stage where we offenders now appear, soul vexed, will begin wide to the moon.
Had she such power, she had just cause.
She had. And when it sends me to murder her, I marry.
I should so. Were I the ghost that walked, I bid you mark her eye, and tell me for what dull hearted you chose her. Then I shriek that even your ears should rift to hearing, and the words that follow should be, remember mine.
Stars.
Stars.
Rabbi Zill's Fill no wife. I'll have no wife, Paulina.
Will you swear never to marry but by my free leave?
Never. So be blessed, my spirit.
Then, good my lords, bear witness to his oath. You tempt him overmuch. Unless another, as like Hermione as is her picture affront his eye.
Good madam.
I have done. Yet if my lord will marry, if you will, sir, no remedy but you will give me the office to choose you a queen. She shall not be so young as was your former, but she shall be such as walked your first queen's ghost. It should take joy to see her in your arms.
Shall not marry to lovers.
I shall be when your first queen's again in breath, never till then.
What did Houston say about Prince Florizel, son of Polixenes, with his princess, she the fairest
to light to his father's greatness. His approach so out of circumstance and sudden tells us what a visitation framed and forced by a need and accident, what trained.
But few, and those but me.
His princess, say you with him?
I, the most peerless piece of earth, I think that ever the sun shone bright on.
Oh, Hermione, is every present time to boast itself above a better gone? So must thy grave give way to what seem now. Sir, you yourself have said and writ so, but your writing now is fuller than that theme. She was not nor had not been to be equaled. Thus your verse flowed with her beauty once. 'Tis shrewdly apt to say you have seen it better.
Pardon, madam, the one I have almost forgot. Your pardon. The other, when she's obtained your eye, will have your tongue too. This is a creature which, if you in a sect, might quench the zeal of all professors else, make proselytes of those she but did follow.
How? Not women.
Women will love her that she is more worthy than man. Men that she is the rarest of all women.
Go, Cleomenes, yourself assisted with your honored friend. Bring them to our embracement. Still, 'tis strange that you must steal upon us.
Had our prince, jewel of children, lived to see this hour, he had fared well with his lord. There was not full a month between their births.
Prithee, no more. Cease. Thou knowest he dies to me again when talked of. There, come. Your mother was most true to wedlock, Prince. And she did print your royal father off, conceiving you. When I but 21, your father's image is so hid in you, his very air, that I should call you brother, as I did him, and speak of something wildly by us performed before. Most dearly welcome, and your fair princess, goddess. Alas, I lost a couple that twixt heaven and earth might thus have stood, begetting wonder at you, gracious couple do. And then I lost all my own folly, the society, amity too of your brave father, whom though bearing misery, I desire my life once more to find. Most dearly,
By his command have I here touched Cecilia, and from him give to you all greetings that a king and friend can send his brother. And but infirmity which waits upon worn times has something ceased his wishability. He had himself the lands and waters betwixt your throne and his, measured to look so. Whom he loves, he bade me say so, more than all the scepters of those that bear them living.
oh my brother, brave gentlemen, the wrongs I have done these stir afresh within me. And these officers so really kind are as interpreters of my behindhand slackness. Welcome hither, as is the spring to the earth. And having too exposed this paragon to the fearful usage, at least not gentle, of the dreadful Neptune, to greet a man not worth of pains, much less the adventure of a person.
Good my lord, she came from Libya.
For the warlike Smith, that noble honored lord, spirit and love.
Most royal sir, from thence, from him, whose daughter his tears proclaimed is, from thence, a prosperous south wind friendly we have crossed to execute the charge my father gave me for visiting your highness. My best train I have from your Sicilian shores dismissed, who for Bohemia bend to signify my success in Libya, sir, and my arrival, and my wife's in safety here where we are.
Blessed gods purge all infection from our air, whilst you decline it here. You have a holy father, a graceful gentleman, against whose person as sacred as it is, I confess sin, for which the heavens, looking angry note, left me issueless. Your father is blessed, as he from heaven merits it with you, worthy his goodness. What might I have been, if I as son, daughter, now have looked upon such goodly things as you?
Most noble sir, that which I shall report will bear no credit, were not the truth so nigh.
Please you, great sir,
Bohemia greets you from himself by me, desires you to attach his son, who has his dignity and duty both cast off, fled from his father, from his hopes, and with his shepherd's daughter.
where's Bohemia? Speak.
Here in your city, I now came from him. I speak amazedly, and it becomes my marvel and my
once. I see by your good father's speed. Come on very slowly. I'm sorry, most sorry, that your choice is not so rich in worth as in beauty, but you might well enjoy her.
Dear, look up. Though fortune visible in any way she chases with my father, power no job hath she to change our loves. Beseech you, sir, remember since you owe no more to time than I do now. With such affections, step forth mine advocate. At your request, my father will grant precious things as trifles.
Would he do so, I beg your precious mistress which he counts with a trifle.
Sir, my liege, your eye has too much youth in it. About a month before your queen died, she was more worth such gazes than what you look on now.
I thought of her, even in these looks I made. But your petition is yet unanswered. I will to your father, your honor not overthrown by your desires. I am friend to them and you. Upon which errand I now go toward him. Therefore follow me, walk the way I make. Come, good my lord.
I was by at the opening of the fardel and heard the old shepherd deliver the manner how he found it. There was in the fardel the mantle of Queen Hermione's with her jewel about the neck of it, and the letters of Autolycus found with it, which they know to be his character. Whereupon, after a little amazedness, I heard the shepherd say, he found the child, and the majesty of the creature in resemblance of the mother, the affection of nobleness which nature shows above her breeding, proclaim her with all certainty to be the king's daughter. Our king, being ready to leap out of himself for joy of his found daughter, as if that joy were now become a lost, cries, "Oh, thy mother, thy mother!" Then asks Bohemia forgiveness, then embraces his son-in-law. Then again worries he his daughter with clipping her. Now thanks the old shepherd, which stands by like a weather-beaten conduit. Our princess, hearing of her mother's statue which was in the keeping of Paulina, a piece many years in the doing and now newly performed by that rare Italian master Giulio Romano, who had he himself eternity and could put breath into his work, would beguile nature of her custom, so perfectly he is her aid. He so near to Hermione hath done Hermione, that they say one would speak to her and stand in hope of answer. Thither with all greediness of affection are they gone, but our absence makes us unthrifty to our knowledge.
Now, had I not the dash of my former life in me, would preferment drop on my head. I brought the old man and his son aboard the prince, told him I heard them talk of a father, and I know not what. But he at that time, over fond of the shepherd's daughter, so he then took her to be, who began to be much seasick, himself little better, extremity of weather continuing, this mystery remained undiscovered. But 'tis all one to me. Nor had I been the finder out of this secret, it would not have relished among my other discredits. Here come those I have done good to against my will, and already appearing the blossoms of their fortune.
Lord, I am past more children, but thy sons and daughters all be gentlemen born. Your little net, sir. You did not fight with me this other day, because I was a gentleman born. See you these clothes? Say you see them not, and think you still no gentleman born. You are best saying these robes are not gentlemen born. Give me the lie. Do and try whether I am not now a gentleman born.
I know you are now, sir, a gentleman born.
I have been so in town now these past 4 hours, and so have I. And so you have. But I was a gentleman born before my father. For the king's son took me by the hand and called him brother. And the 2 kings called my father father. And the prince my brother, and the princess my sister called my father father. And we wept. And those were the first gentleman tears we ever shed. We made with the sun to shed many more. Or else we're preposterous days we are.
I humbly beseech you, sir, to pardon me the faults I have committed to your good worship, and to give me your good report to the prince, my master.
Prithee, son, do, for we must be gentle, now we are gentlemen. Thou wilt amend thy vow?
I like your good worship. Give me that hand. I'll swear to the prince thou art a true fellow of any Bohemian. You may say it, but not swear it. Not swear it. That boys and friends would say, I'll swear it. How could be false, son? If be never so false, a true gentleman may swear it on behalf of his friend. I'll swear to the prince thou art a tall fellow, that thou wilt not be jump. But I know thou art no tall fellow, that thou wilt be jump. But I'll swear it, and I would thou wouldst be a tall fellow.
I will prove so, sir, to my power.
By any means prove so. Hark, the king and the prince, our kindred, are going to see. The princess, come follow me.
The fixture of her eye has motion in it, so we are mocked with art.
I'll draw the
chisel could ever yet cut breath. Let no man mock me, for I will kiss her.
Good my lord, forbear. The ruddiness upon her lip is wet. You'll mar it if you kiss it, stain your own with oily painting. Shall I draw a curtain?
No, not these 20 years.
So long could I stand by and leave it on.
I will forbear. Quit presently in the chapel, or resolve you for more amazement. If you can behold it, I'll make the statue move, indeed, descend, and take you by the hand. But then you'll think, which I protest against, I am assisted by wicked powers.
What you can make her do, I am content to look upon. To hear, to speak, I am content to hear. But it is as easy to make her speak as move.
It is required that you do awake your faith. Then all stand still, or those who think it is unlawful business I am about, let them depart.
Proceed. No foot shall stir.
Music, awake her, strike. 'Tis time. Descend, be stone no more. Come, strike all that look upon with marble. All fill your grave up. Stir, nay, come away. Bequeath to death your numbness, for from him dear life redeems you. You perceive, she stirs. Start not, her actions shall be holy, as you fear my spell is lawful. Do not shun her until you see her die again, for then you kill her double. Nay, present your hand. When she was young, you wooed her. Now, in age, is she become the suitor?
Wrong. This be magic. Let it be an art as lawful as eating.
She embraces him.
She hangs about his neck. If she pertain to life, let her speak too.
Aye, make it manifest where she has lived, or how stolen from the dead.
That she is living, were it but told you, should be hooted at like an old tale. Yet it appears she lives, though she speak not. Mark a little while. Please you to interpose, fair lady. Kneel, and pray your mother's blessing. Turn, good lady, property is found.
You gods look down, and from your sacred vials pour your graces upon my daughter's head. Tell me, mine own, where hast thou been preserved? Where lived? How found thy father's court? For thou shalt hear that I, knowing by Paulina that the oracle gave hope thou wast in being, have preserved myself to see the issue.
There's time enough for that, lest they desire upon this bush to trouble your joys with like relation. Go together, you precious winners all, your exaltation partake to everyone. I, an old turtle, will wing thee to some withered bough, and there my mate is never to be found again. Lament till I've lost.
Oh, peace, Paulina. Thou shouldst a husband take by my consent, as I by thine alike. This is a match, and made between us by vows. I'll not seek far from him, I partly know his mind. Find me an honorable husband. Come, Camillo, and take her by the hand whose worth and honesty is richly noted, here justified by us, a pair of kings, that's from this place. What? Look upon my brother. Both your pardons that ever I put between your holy looks and my ill suspicion. This your son-in-law, and son to the king, whom have misdirecting his prophet to your daughter. Good Paulina, lead us from hence, where we may leisurely each one demand an answer to his part, performed in this wide gap of time, since first we were severed. Hastily, lead away,